today we're doing a tour of our new 2023 Kia Sportage. So for this model, it does not have the trunk button on the keys. There's only a button to press underneath the trunk to open it up. So once you're in the trunk, it's pretty spacious. It does have this shade thing. I don't really know what to call it, but it is something that pulls out, that can come out of the trunk completely, or it can stay inside of the trunk if you want to use it. As you can see, he just snaps it right back in, and you can pull it over so that it can have some type of privacy, since the trunk does have a big window on it and you don't want anyone to be able to see inside of your trunk. There's also a charger plug back there, one of the cigarette lighters for the back trunk, and this is a weight for the car seat. Here is a lever on the side that you pull to collapse your seats, just in case you need a little bit more space. And as you can see, the seats do go back. They're uneven right here. So there's also not a button to close the trunk, so we just have to pull on the handle and close it ourselves. Now we're going inside. And here's everything once it's turned on. So here we just have like the regular park, drive, reverse, neutral, you know, all of that stuff. That's right there. The push to start button is actually right above it, and then you have seat warmers, which is the buttons that we're pressing for the driver and the passenger seat. Hanging above the rear view mirror is going to be Kyrie's monitor. Oh, here's their screen. So nice. On the screen, you're able to see the time, the date. It shows you the temperature that it is outside, which station you're listening to, and whose account it is. So if you press the name, here you can change the user. So that is Q, and then changing the user, that person is going to be me. So it's going to load up to my profile, and just doing the profile just has like specific settings for the air conditioner, radio stations, different settings on each account that can be different from the other account. So the first option that it gives you when you are on the screen is going to be the maps setting.
My name or address you want to find.
Circle K.
20 results found. Please say the line number.
1.
Would you like guidance to this location?
Yes.
The guidance will start now.
And then it will show you where you go. So once you select navigation menu, you get all of these options. It will show you different places you can search. You can search dealerships. You can search places that you've saved. You can search previous destinations you've been to or things like that. And you can see the favorites will show at the bottom for each location that you automatically want to go to. And that is a feature that will be different just based on the profile that you're on. The next setting is going to be phone, and this is just your Bluetooth, so it'll be the Bluetooth that are on your account. For phone projection, that is when you use the USB, so you're plugging your phone into the USB port, as he's going to demonstrate, and it will change from phone projection to Apple CarPlay, which I think there is an alternate one for you to use for Androids. But the maps with the phone projection is the one that I would prefer to use over the car, because I'm used to using the iPhone maps. The next setting is voice memos. We obviously don't really have any voice memos in here. And you go back, and then you'll go to climate. Climate is a whole system, so you can see all of the stuff projected on the screen, which is the different functions that we have for the climate, which you will go below, and Here you can do like the defrost for the front and the back. You can auto the climate, the circulating the air inside of the car as well. Here is where you will switch between the radio and the air conditioning using the 2 buttons I just pressed. And you will control the temperature for the left side with the left nozzle and the temperature for the right side with the right nozzle. You can also sync them so that they will control at the same time for both sides. Here is where you would do like the defrost. You will have the air pointing at the feet or at you. So it's just controlling where the air is going to be flowing to. And the fan is what controls how fast the speed of the fan is going, whether that is 1 through 8, I believe. And you'll see how on the screen that it shows where the air is flowing to from the big screen. And it looks like it goes to 6. It's either 6 or 8, I'm not sure. The next setting is going to be valet mode, and we're actually creating our valet mode password right now because we actually have never used it. We don't really use valet like that, but when you're in valet mode, it gives you an option. So when you do valet at places, it sets limits on your car, so they can't drive a certain speed limit. They can't be in the car for too long. You can set a certain amount of minutes. You can set a certain amount of driving distance that they can have. It's just different features that you can use if you decide to put your car, if you decide to do valet, so at a restaurant, a hospital, things like that, which I think is a really cool feature. Another great feature is the quiet mode. So for quiet mode, it will do something where it will cut off the speakers that are playing in the backseat. So say you have a child that's in the backseat and you don't want the speakers to be too loud. So it will automatically turn off those, and it will put the front speakers to a volume that's not higher than 25. So it kind of keeps the atmosphere quiet for your child in the backseat if they're sleeping. After this, you go to HD radio data, and that just shows you the traffic in different areas. It also shows you the different gas prices, things like that. And then you go to the regular radio, and you can set all of your stations and things like that, which will also be different depending on which user's profile you're on. So for media, it just shows you the AM, FM radio. We have a Sirius XM, so that is on there. And there's also this feature called Sounds of Nature, which is really cool. So you can have these sounds playing in your car: calm sea waves, rainy day, open air cafe, a warm fireplace, a snowy village. It will have that on the screen, and it will make the sounds. Something relaxing for kids, I would assume. Setup has your normal setup things, so different sounds you want to do, your vehicle, features of the vehicle, which are actually pretty cool. So it does have the speed limit warning, which will automatically display on right in front of you right here, which it will be at the bottom right there. It'll show the speed limit for each road. So just your settings will have all of your car information, basically all of the different features that are on there, different warning signals, different driver assistance. It will warn you if you're about to hit a car. It will warn you for your driver attention warning. It would let you know if you're tired. It will let you know if you're alert. And I guess it determines that whether you have multiple violations, you're not paying attention if the car in front of you is pulling off, you're swerving, things like that. It can pay attention to those things. Here is an example of the leading vehicle. So when the person in front of me pulled off, it did send an alert. Active assist just makes sure that you do not have a forward collision, and lane safety makes sure you don't go outside of the lanes. For blind spot safety, it'll let you know if you can get over. The side of your side mirrors, the exclamation mark will light up red if you shouldn't get over yet, and most cars have that. We also have the rear traffic safety, so if you're backing up and someone's coming, it will make an alarm for you. So yeah, all of the different settings for your car will be in this settings menu, the different light features, how you can unlock and lock your car, Also, the rear occupant warning was also a good one. It will let you know, it will send you an alert if you're about to get out of the car once you turn the car off, for you to remember to check your back seat, which is obviously a good thing if you have kids, you're a new parent. It keeps reminding you every time you turn off the car, check the rear seats, just so you can make sure that your baby is not still in the back seat. So yeah, these are just all the different features that come inside of the car. Different user profiles, voice recognition, all of these different things. Profiles where you create the account. You can have voice recognition for each account. They do have a layout, so you can have an analog clock, a digital clock, no clock at all. For the display, you can turn up and down the illumination, which you can see better at nighttime, but you can do it there or on the side over here by the driver. You can control the illumination, which it helps more for at night than it does in the daytime, in case you don't want it to be too bright. And also on there, it does have like a blue light feature, so you can start using blue light, so you can help reduce the eye strain by limiting the amount of blue light, which is also a great feature. These are just all of your buttons that will be displayed on the home screen. And there's also a hotspot in here, which you can set up on your own time. We actually haven't set ours up completely yet, but you can enable a hotspot so that you do have some type of wireless connection inside of your car. And then general just has like your normal stuff where you can set the keyboard, you can adjust the date and time, the language, different things like that will all be done here in the general settings tab. And then on the last screen that we have is just going to have the Kia Connect stuff, which is the app that comes with, well, that you can register for, that you can control different things in your car. So unlocking the car, checking the maintenance, all of that you can do on the app. And then there's the typical notifications and user manual. So underneath this system, you have your cigarette lighter charger. You also have a USB port and one of the fast chargers. So for the newer iPhones that have the fast charging, it does have actually a plug for that. And then there is a wireless charging station right below that. So Q's gonna put his phone in it and the light will turn on once the phone is charging. So cool. We had it in the other car that we had as well. So definitely a great feature to have. Here are different buttons as well. So this first button is something that you can use if you're going kind of down like a hill or like a slope. Good thing to press. For auto hold, I'm actually going to have a video explaining it. And the other button that we're pointing at is a button that shuts the car off. So when you come to a complete stop at a red light or just anywhere, it will turn the car off kind of to save gas. And then if you press the auto hold button, it will keep the car from not moving, and you can take your foot off of the brake and the car will stop moving until you press the gas again. And when you press the auto hold button, it will light up green on the screen, and then you can take your foot off of the brake, and then once it's time for the light to turn green again, you can press the gas and the car will start moving again. This button just shows you the back cameras. So if you want to see what's behind you, you can just press this button and turn it off, either or. And then this other button is just the parking assist button. So the one that sends you an alert if you're parked and then you're about to back up. That's the button that will show you. It will make the noise if you're about to hit somebody, different things like that. And you can turn that on and off. We just automatically have it on just because why not? We need to know if somebody's behind us. So here is an example of the backup camera. You can also see what's directly on the ground behind your car as well. And then the circle knob just changes the modes of the car. So it says drive mode. So then you have the normal mode, you have sport mode that turns to red, and then you have smart mode that turns to purple, and it looks so cool at night, so nice. Here we have the cup holders, which can either be open or you can have these separators, which also collapse back into the side. I was trying to figure out how to close the vents because it doesn't have like the knob that it usually has in cars. So on here you can see if there's an X and there's one that the air blows. So turning it to the left would turn it off, and to the right the other way. On the doors is your typical unlock and lock button and letting down the windows. And then on the driver's side, you have the unlocks and lock, the adjusting your mirrors, locking the windows, and then letting all the windows up and down. At the top, you have a feature where you can turn on your lights, all the lights in the car, and then another one where it will turn on the lights when the doors are open. And you also have like the regular Kia Connect, the roadside assistance, different things like that if you need help if your car breaks down. So on the steering wheel, you have which looks like somebody's talking. That's going to be like your Siri, kind of, where you can pull stuff up, talk to Siri, and do things like that. And then for mode, you're going to use that when you want to set different buttons that you would prefer to use, or something that you would like to be displayed, which is where you would use the star button that is actually below that one to select which ones you like. The phone button is the Bluetooth, so if you want to call somebody, things like that. Then you have these over here that look kind of like pages, and that gives you the other features that you have on the car. So it just shows you like a compass, your tire pressure, different things like that. It'll show you how far you've gone for your trip that you just took, how much gas you have. It'll show how much you've drove since you've filled up, or how long it's gonna have to be until you need to fill up again. So for the attention level, as I stated, it's going to show if your attention level is high, if it's low, if you need to take a break, if you need to get off the road. It's going to tell you all of that. If you need to take a break, your car will let you know. I guess it determines that based on if you're swerving, if you keep getting outside of the lanes, the speed that you're going, different things like that. Here is a button I didn't go into detail about, but this is the lane assist. So it's kind of like the Tesla feature where you can take your hands off of the wheel and the car is pretty much going to steer itself. In this video, he is not touching the wheel. The car is steering itself. But once it notices that you have your hands off of the wheel too long, you will get an alert like this to let you know to put your hands back on the wheel. Here you got your usual armrest, glove compartment, cup holder things on the side. Well, what's your rating on the car? 1 out of 10.
5.
He lying. What's your rating, for real?
I give it a
compared to the other car we had, which we didn't never do a tour on, but
Sonata.
Yeah, because our other car had some features that was kind of the same, so that's why we know how to work some stuff, but it's a lot that's different too. A lot of new stuff.
The Sonata was probably like an 8.
Okay.
So I get this about a 9.5.
I think I get it like a 9 too. The only reason mine is a 9 because I like all of the features that's inside of the car. I don't like the color, so I didn't want a white car, but I ended up getting a white car. So it's too much to keep clean. Like you have to keep the white car clean, or it doesn't look good if it's not clean. I do like the screen right here, the big display. Like it looks real nice. It's giving Tesla. It's giving. Oh, we didn't talk about how to. We got a rear windshield wiper. We didn't even talk about that one, but it can turn on. Let's show y'all. Here's the button where you usually do the windshield wipers, and you see rear here. You're gonna turn it on, and it turns on in the back. And you can also press it so that it will spray out the liquid, so it can clean your back window as well, which I think is really cool. The reason why I didn't know we didn't have one is because it's not in the usual place. So they have it tucked under the back kind of like hood thing in the back. So it's hidden, which is really cool. So on the inside, we do have black leather seats, pleather. It's not really full leather if you ask me. And then in the back seat, you have like these things over the seat where you can hang stuff. We have Kyrie's camera propped up on the seat that you see in the front, and then we have something to hold his tablet, iPad, and his seat. And I think the thing is cool on the back of the seat. You can pretty much hang anything on it. I can hang my purse on it, honestly, if I want to. And also here is the button that you would use in the back seat so you can let your back seats back, because as we told you in the beginning, the back seats also go back. There are also charging ports on the back of the front 2 seats. All right, y'all, thank y'all for watching. We hope we answered a lot of questions about this car and showed y'all how the inside of it look, since it's trending now on social media. And yeah, we'll see y'all in the next video.